Hi, welcome to Unrestricted View Film Festival. And here for Meet the Director, I'm joined by Meena Ayittey from the fantastic short film Validity. Hi, Meena. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me, James.
And how are you enjoying lockdown?
I am loving lockdown, apart from the whole global pandemic and, obviously lots of people suffering. For me personally, it's been a welcomed break from my hectic routine. I've been forced to slow down quite a bit, forced to kind of, sleep, eat 3 meals a day, and just generally live at a slightly healthier pace than I was doing pre-lockdown. So for the most part of it, it's been good and also productive as well. I've managed to make a few films, like shoot a few films during lockdown as well.
So
But yeah.
Sorry, how have you managed to do that in lockdown? Are you...
Well, I've got a camera, and my partner's also a DOP. So yeah, we've kind of made a few kind of like really short films, with not very elaborate sets or anything like that, but still managing to communicate, whatever we're trying to do with limited means. So yeah, so I've been lucky in that respect, and also I'm not looking after anyone. I'm not having to look after anyone at home who's like ill or any little ones. So yeah, luckily I've got some free time. I had some time on my hands.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. So, I mean, I loved Validity. It was, I was, well, my anxiety levels watching it were through the roof. I mean, which I think was your intention when you made it, to make everyone feel very uncomfortable. But at the same time, it's just, you can't take your eyes off it. It's compelling and terrifying in the same instance, because you put yourself in that situation and go, oh my God. I'm trying not to give too much away because I want people to come and watch it. But where did the idea come from?
Well, a couple of things actually. So personally for me, I do actually suffer with anxiety. So I do live with this low level kind of feeling of threat most days. But on top of that, I really wanted to explore as a woman kind of, going into a scenario and not feeling believed, or not feeling as though people were taking you seriously, which is a situation that I'm sure many women have been in several times. And it was just basically elevating that so that the stakes were really, really high, and trying to create something that people would find engaging, would want to keep on watching. And also coupled with this feeling of, I suppose, you get older and you realize that your parents aren't always going to be there. And the sense of like loss that is going to happen one day. You know that your parents are going to pass away one day, and that, I think, as someone who lives with anxiety, that's also kind of something that I'm very, very conscious of. So I guess it was a combination of all of these things coming together and just trying to create something that was visually interesting, as well as kind of trying to create that sense of threat and anxiety that I live with quite a bit, but I also know that other people live with as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it was fantastically shot, I thought, as well. You did an amazing job with that. And but how long was the shoot? Because you had lots of different locations. So
yeah, this was crazy. We basically shot this over 2 days.
What?
We shot this over 2 days. So yeah, so we shot the house scenes, I think, on a Saturday. Saturday we did all the scenes in the house, and also guerrilla style shooting on the tube as well.
Yeah.
And then Sunday we finished up the doctor surgery and the hotel scenes. So yeah, it was a very fast turnover. But luckily I had a really great crew, and we kind of rehearsed a little bit as well. So yeah, it all just came together, really. It all just came together. I mean, I try not to prep too much whenever I'm on set, because I quite like waiting for things to happen, or letting things happen on the set. And there was quite a lot of that. So we'd had a couple of rehearsals, but people were just, I think people just knew what the feeling I was trying to create. I had a great team, and they knew. Sorry, I'm rambling a little bit.
No.
You're editing this though, aren't you? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, luckily I had a great crew who knew exactly what I was trying to create, and yeah, we worked really well together. And yeah, it was a crazy schedule. Yeah, a lot of locations in less than 48 hours. But yeah, we somehow managed to pull it off.
Yeah, you really pulled it off.
I was surprised at that, actually.
Yeah, I'm really surprised you managed to do that in 2 days. So in the crew and cast and crew, are these people you've worked with before, or? Did you?
Yes, a lot of them. Yeah, a lot of them. So, especially with the post-production side. So, the editor I've worked with before, great guy called David Warham, and Liam Conwell, my sound designer. But also some of the actors. I mean, you might have seen, if you've seen some of my previous films, you might have recognised a few faces.
Yes.
So Chris Pollock, who plays the receptionist in Validity, he's also one of the orderlies in Home. And so yeah, so I've worked with quite a few people before. So it was nice having everyone kind of come back together again for the third time.
Yes. Well, it's nice. And I was chatting to someone yesterday who's Victoria, who's done the same. She's used a lot of the same crew and cast because she said it's just a shorthand for a short, just that thing of going, you can do stuff in much less time because everyone kind of understands how everyone works. And so you cut the corners there, which is great. So,
yeah, absolutely. I think especially with kind of the oops.
Oh, lost you there. Go on.
Oh, just frozen. Oh no. Oh. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Back.
Yep.
Is that right? Okay, cool. Yeah. I always just need to find the exact position for the computer. It's actually perched on the edge of like the landing. But yeah, okay, cool. I'm back now.
Fab. Yeah, well, we were just saying, yeah. So the cast and crew you've worked with before. So, is there? I mean, there. Sometimes people make it short because they've got an idea for a feature, and so now this struck me as one of those shorts in a way. Is that something you're thinking of growing, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this was originally conceived as a feature film, and I didn't really have the resources or budget to kind of to make it as a feature film. So it's almost like a sketch for something that I'd like to explore in a longer format. I feel like that with quite a few of my films, to be honest. But also at the same time, I was also writing another film that deals with similar issues. So it was also kind of seeing how I could visually try and portray some of these emotions on screen in this film, kind of almost in preparation for a longer format film that I'm writing.
Fantastic. So what? So you're saying you're doing that now. So what is next? I mean, assuming once we get released back into the wild, we can actually make stuff. Are these the things you're writing now that you want to do? Is this the next project?
Absolutely, yes. So I'm working with a great production company at the moment called Great Guns, and I've been collaborating with them quite a bit. And yeah, so I did actually start writing a feature film last year, which is kind of in the final stages of tweaking the script. And it's quite dark. It's very Black Mirror-y, and it's about a case of mistaken identity. And again, it's a similar situation, a bit like Flint, my first film in Home, and also perhaps Validity as well, in the sense that the main character goes on a journey, and you kind of almost go on this journey with them, and you find yourself putting yourself in their position and in their shoes and wondering what you would do.
Yeah, you were saying, so this is the idea of turning these things into features. You've got this
yeah, absolutely. So I've got a script I'm working on at the moment, just finishing up developing, and it will be my first kind of feature-length fiction film. And it's a case of mistaken identity, and it follows a similar format to my previous films in the sense that you're put in a position, quite a bizarre position, where you're faced to walk in the main character's shoes, and see why they make a series of choices, both good and also terrible decisions, and also question what you would do in that situation. Because I really like one thing I really like exploring is kind of how we operate as human beings, because I don't think we're either completely good or completely bad. We're usually somewhere in between. We're usually on a line somewhere in between those things, and I really love exploring how far you can go, especially towards the darker side of that line, and what causes people to kind of go in that direction and make decisions like that. So it's quite it's like a dark psychological thriller.
Well, that's I think that's your thing, isn't it? I mean, you do that, and I could totally imagine you writing for Black Mirror as well. I think that's it's very you.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to email Charlie and send him that.
Yeah, do.
I'm joking.
Honestly, once he's heard me say that, you'll totally get it.
Exactly, right?
All right, I'm just going to ask you a couple of short questions and just a couple of little things, so we can find out a little bit more about you. Who is, who's your favorite director? Who's someone you kind of, look up to?
Oh, see, I love David Fincher. Absolutely love David Fincher. Also, I kind of grew up watching music videos as well. So I grew up watching likes of kind of Spike Jonze, Chris Cunningham, Jonathan Glazer. So I grew up loving that short music video format, basically telling a story in 3 or 4 minutes, like the great artists such as those guys have done. So I'd say they go. I think also, I don't know, Federico Fellini as well. I love the classics as well. Yeah. I think it would be really hard. It'd be really hard for me to decide on one favorite director. I think. But yeah, those are a few of my favorites. Hope that answers your question.
Yes,
I'm going to think of as soon as I get off. I'm going to be thinking of all these names that I should have said.
I know. Yeah, I always do that. Oh, that one that means the world to me. That one.
Yeah, exactly. That one who I got a huge poster of. It was my screenshot for a screensaver.
Big poster behind me. Yeah.
Yeah, precisely.
And do you have a favorite actress or actor?
Oh, do I have a favourite actor? I think
actor. Is there someone you'd love to work with? Someone you really love to work with?
I love Adam Driver. Adam Driver. I think he's an incredible actor, with so versatile and such a really interesting face as well. I think sometimes I just find myself pausing films with him in it just to study his face. He's got such a unique characteristics, really mesmerising. So I'd say, definitely Adam Driver. Favourite actresses? I'd love to work with Noomi Rapace. I think she's amazing as well. Another actress who can just convey so much emotion through her face, really kind of elegantly and beautifully. And I love her stuff.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, that's great. All right, final one. Now, this is the impossible one. Everyone goes, I can't answer that. Favorite film?
Oh, wow. Okay. Favorite film? Oh, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind by Michel Gondry.
Great film.
That's got to be one of my favorites. Just because I think it embodies this whole feeling that I can't even begin to describe in words, because like Gondry does it so well. He basically captures this surreal, dreamlike environment, which is so kind of left field, but also so tangible at the same time. If that makes sense. I might be rambling a little bit.
No, it makes perfect sense.
One of my favorite films of all time. I never get sick of watching that, and I love the soundtrack, especially the song by Beck as well.
Yeah, no, it's so. Thank you so much, Meena. Right now, straight. You can see Validity on Sunday, the 19th of July. You can buy tickets unrestrictedview.co.uk. Now, straight after this, we're going to have a trailer for Agatha Raisin from our sponsors at Free at Last TV. But thank you so much, Meena, for joining us, and it's been great to chat to you.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Who's Melissa?
Just a writer friend.
Oh God, what's happened to us?
You and Charles were all over each other. Hands off me, Fraith. Agatha?
There's no sign of James.
Please, will you just come back to me?
I need you to help me find out exactly who Melissa Shepherd was.
We're from the Agatha Raisin Detective Agency.
My wife says that you've been round asking questions.
There's a dark underside to the Cotswold. It's not all thatched cottages and cream teas.